Welcome back, this is Mehjabin. In today's video, I am going to explain Edward Lear's poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo. This is a nonsense poem composed to make it sound hilarious. The Duck and the Kangaroo was first published in the year 1870. So this is how the poem starts. Said the duck to the kangaroo. So the duck started a conversation with a kangaroo. Good gracious, how you hop. So the duck was quite charmed by the way the kangaroo could jump around, and he admired this quality of the kangaroo and said, good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too. That means you have the capability to move on land, and also you can move over the water, as if you never would stop, and you can move or jump around continuously, hopping and hopping and hopping without stopping anywhere. My life is a bore in this nasty pond. And then the duck looks at its own life and feels that it is quite boring, because it cannot move around that much. It can just move in the pond, and the pond, he describes the pond as a nasty one, that is, it is ugly, and I long to go out in the world beyond. And then the duck says that I have this wish to go and explore the world outside. I wish I could hop like you. And the duck says that he had this desire to jump about like the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo. So these are the words that the duck spoke to the kangaroo. Please give me a ride on your back. Then the duck continued to talk, and he requested the kangaroo to give him a ride on its back. Said the duck to the kangaroo, I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack. And the duck also made a promise that he would not make any movement when it is placed, when it rides on the back of the kangaroo. He said just occasionally it would utter the word quack the whole of the long day through. And the duck said that the whole day I will not create any kind of confusion. I will just sit still, and the only words that I will utter are quack, 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 and nothing more than that. And we would go to the D, and he says that together we would visit the D and the jelly boli. So these are imaginary places that the poet describes here, over the land and over the sea. So we will move over the land, and we will also explore the sea. Please take me on a ride, oh do. So the duck says, please take me on a ride with you, said the duck to the kangaroo. Said the kangaroo to the duck. Now it was the turn for the kangaroo to reply to the duck. This requires a little reflection. So the kangaroo said that I will need some time to think over this matter. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. So the kangaroo said that maybe this joint trip might bring me some luck. It might be lucky for me. And there seems but one objection. However, I do have one concern, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, that is, I want to be, if you don't mind me speaking very frankly, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. I don't like your feet, and I don't want your feet to give me discomfort while I place you on my back. Your feet are always, being a duck, your feet are always uncomfortable, they are always wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatism, said the kangaroo. Rheumatism means rheumatism, or the swelling of the joints. So he said that probably I would get this kind of sickness, said the kangaroo. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. Now the duck said, yes, I have thought about this matter as I sat on the rocks, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks which fit my web feet neatly. So he said that I have purchased 4 pairs of old socks, and these socks fit my web feet properly. And to keep but the cold, I have bought a cloak. And he says, to keep the cold away, I have purchased a coat, an overcoat, and every day a cigar I will smoke. And every day I will smoke a cigar, and that the smoke of the cigar will keep us warm. All to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. So he said that these are the things that I am going to adopt. These are the things that I am going to do, so that I can be with my friend the kangaroo, so that the two of us can go on this trip together. Said the kangaroo, I am ready. So the kangaroo said, yes, okay, I am ready. All in the moonlight pale. And so this conversation that the duck and the kangaroo were having, it was in the it was on a moonlit night. And to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. And so he also requested the duck to sit steadily, so that they could have a balanced flight, and quite at the end of my tail. And then also the kangaroo said that the duck should position itself, its body, at the end of the tail of the kangaroo. So away they went with a hop and a bound. So they jumped, and with a bound, with a big jump, they started going around from place to place, and they hopped the whole world 3 times around. And in this way they toured the entire world 3 times. And who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo. And the duck and the kangaroo, they enjoyed their company with each other, because this joint trip gave them a big opportunity to explore the entire world, not once but thrice, and they loved each other's company. It was a meaningful trip. With this, I come to the end. I do hope that you have understood this poem. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.